that's kind of where I'm at. And having said that, I would certainly say, like, for instance, this a Catholic priest who's been abusing young boys is certainly not closer to reflecting Jesus because he happens to be a Christian more than a Buddhist does, who may have no experience with exploiting or mistreating others, but has no visible connection with Christian doctrine, but whose behavior is loving, looking for alignment with eternal spirit, appreciating the beauty of nature and not living in a way that harms the balance of nature, looks for equally balanced relationships of giving to others. You look at that life and you say, like, yeah, if you put Jesus's words together, it would end up in the public sphere, end up looking more like this Buddhist than it would this rapist of a priest, right? So, that's my long way of saying, yes, I understand in Scripture there is a pattern and there is a great propensity for the position that Jesus is the ultimate ascendant one in the history of mankind, whose understanding and power and authority can provide complete access to all that is eternal. But that may be so, and I personally believe it to be so. But not, as a result of that, I diminish the experience of Buddhists, Hindus, Jews, Muslims, atheists, agnostics, however you may identify yourself. Because ultimately what we're looking at for a world that's going to work is by us valuing certain specific behaviors that are acted out publicly. In other words, in my private meditation time, I can praise Jesus, think of Jesus, chant his name, pray for others to become Christians, look for every opportunity to be a good representative of Jesus. I mean, those are my private, prayerful, passionate experiences when I'm alone. But when I get into the public sphere, why shouldn't it be enough that with a Buddhist I can join hands respecting the environment, looking to establish avenues of communication with others, look for the expressive nature of others to support, to bring healing and understanding and perspective in the world that only comes when you take the time to honor someone who's on a different journey than you are. I mean, how could you be in a position to judge someone and say, well, that position is evil and unenlightened and clearly not as good as my position, because just by doing that, you're disqualifying yourself. Just in the same way that we have these religious wars. Really? Which side is God on? he's on the side that's killing those women and children. Oh no, he's on this side here, and he's in favor of killing those women and children. Does that make any sense?
Not usually.
So, I personally think there's a need for, and this is why I called the show Delicate Balance, there's this need for things to come into perfect balance. And yes, I say perfect because I believe that we have the power as humans to access divine nature and to, as a result, impact this temporal plane with eternal, perfect love, power, and healing. So I know that may sound a little crazy, but think of it this way. I've noticed that in a lot of movies, and I know we love movies, right? In America, we love movies. In a lot of movies, you'll see like there'll be one or two, a few characters, usually one particular character, who almost takes this position of a messiah, like being like the ultimate superhero, who, because of their insight or talents or abilities or background experiences, whatever, they are perfectly suited to just do amazing things that just are superhuman. Whether it's James Bond or it's The Wizard of Oz. Well, The Wizard of Oz, he kind of uses duplicity and magic to fool people, but let's say he really was, gifted. I'm just bringing this out because I think it's like, whether it's personally or a communal psyche, there's this place where we all are entertained and inspired by superhuman qualities. And I don't think it's just because it's fun to fantasize about impossible things. I think more it speaks to what we all share, regardless of our belief system. We all share a desire for transcendence, that there's something we know about ourselves and our unique personal talents and gifts, as well as those gifts and talents that can arise to an exponential level when they come together in a united creation. That we all aspire to this superhuman experience and transcendent effect that we can have on each other. And I think that's because of the truth of it. That no matter what the culture is, no matter what your experience is, no matter what background you come from, we all can kind of share in this vision of bringing world peace, of being a healing presence in your community, of establishing modes of communication between people that has never occurred before. And it's that superhuman quality, I think, is there because it's sort of a essential, innate, intrinsic quality we all have, and that we share with each other regardless of how we choose to identify ourselves or separate ourselves from others. So doesn't it therefore make sense that rather than minimizing the likelihood and disparaging ideas of miracles or superhuman experiences like Jesus' life reflects, that we rather learn from it and try to find out how we too can tap into that unlimited source of creative power, love, and adventurousness, childlikeness, exigency in our lives.